Okay, well, at least we got a few new things. Couple. These. We'll close our way at this point. $62. Alright. And it's so difficult to get all that. Alright. Is that what I'm playing on? I'm on Neemon Asmo on Taiwan. Okay, so I have 3 to do. At least I'm getting a pity today. Although I don't necessarily know that I care that much to get a chest, but I mean, if I get one with decent stats, this is one more gold. Yeah, it's probably his friend or something. Cleric tab. Nope. There we go. Yeah, good enough. And this should be trash. They should genuinely replace those teleport scrolls as just like a key nephew or something. The existence of these is so silly. Like, I understand they want to basically have the return button and the teleport fee be one and the same, but I mean, come on. Damn. Yeah, he left his own room. I mean, I guess if the chanter stays, I can just like leave the room as is. Then he left. Alright. I guess I'll just finish doing these before I go.
그대의 운명이 보이는 지금과 함께 운명이
I'm already going in with that bit, huh? I see how it is. But hello nonetheless.
무엇인지 알려주지.
It's yeah. There's a cube. Okay, do I have keys on this character? I do not. I have like 60 keys. I have to get rid of on my ults at some point. Even with the addition of like more red cubes, it's still such a pain in the ass to find them.
우리 소극적 공포의 거루가
Tremble in fear, he says. I think that was it, right? Yeah, alright. Give me them tickets. Brother. Like 50% chance. Okay. Yeah. Three tickets isn't terrible. Also, did they give me a key? It did. Well, I know where to spend it. And 3 hours yesterday, searching opened like 9, still got like 18 keys. Yeah, like, because when you level a fresh ult, it gives you like fucking 40 keys or something. Every time you have an old character, finding these is a bit of a pain in the ass. Right. Let me run those real quick. How's the gear prog? Well, it's coming along. Like, I'm in a decent position enough for PvE right now. On the PvP side, I completely phased out my evasion. I replaced my mana stones with like just accuracy, basically, like at least 20 to 30 accuracy per piece on the mana stone side. And on the soulbind side, I on my final slot, I either have survival, willpower, endurance, or regeneration. Like, I'm leaving it as is for now, because I know I'm eventually gonna have to lean heavily into one of them. I don't really have the funds for that. I have a couple of plans I have to like fulfill before I commit to that. No Transcendence will require 3.3 or 3.5, possibly, yeah, for level 10, yeah. That's definitely a possibility. My PvE is like starting to lean on 3.4 right now. I'll get a bit more once I get my Centurion chest next week. I'll be really close to 3.4, and I'm still missing a bunch of IL boards, which is pretty idleable for PvE. And I guess I'll push my breakthrough a bit on the armor if I need to. Yeah, regen is good. So I ran a few tests, and basically endurance is 50%, like it reduces damage by 50%. Regen is 15%. But the main difference between the two is that it's easier to get regen, and also regen pen is much harder to get than endurance pen, because people get endurance pen by default by running illusion, right? So basically the difference between the two is that endurance is more powerful, but it's gonna be harder to build for, and also people are more likely to counter it, so it's gonna proc a lot less often. And the other thing is that if you want to build the god stat for regen, it also gives life. So you're getting two defensive stats at once, whereas endurance, you get MP with endurance, which is a completely dead stat, right? So I'm thinking about it. Yeah. It's like less powerful but a lot more procs versus, and easier to build for, versus less procs but a lot more powerful and harder to build for, basically, yeah. And then there's also the possibility to get the percent defense on a bunch of pieces, right, as a stat roll. I don't know. The problem with that is that I'm having trouble calculating what defense fucking does in this game. Like, I just don't know. Endurance skills like evasion. Endurance is like a fixed proc rate based on your percentage versus the endurance pen of the enemy, right? And if it procs, it reduces the damage by 50%, basically. Like that's the baseline, right? But the main difference is that because everyone builds illusion, because illusion gives you CDR, everyone has high endurance pen by default. Like if I go into my endurance, see, I have 12% endurance, but I have 21% pen, and I'm not even building for pen, right? So just to break through the 21% pen, you're barely breaking through by rolling endurance on every piece you can roll on your gear, because you're basically getting like 11% more. So you basically have a 2% endurance chance if you don't build on your bracelet with which one was it? This one. If you don't build Destiny on a bracelet, and then if you build Destiny on a bracelet, then you get something like 5-6% endurance chance against decently geared players, versus if you build for regen, you don't even have to build for life, but you can, and you're basically getting like 10-15% proc rate on the regeneration. So that's the difference between those two, right? And then there's also the possibility to build for constitution and percent defense, I guess, on the wait, hold on, on the armor soulbind, which is this. So 2% extra defense, it's like on 3 pieces of gear, right? So it's 6%. So you're getting a couple thousand defense from that, basically. The only problem I have with defense percent is I just don't know how defense scales in this game in PvP. I can't fucking figure it out, because there's basically no fucking hits in this game that does a fixed amount of damage. So it's impossible to test for, and the game just simply doesn't tell you what it does. So yeah, I'm not sure. So right now, as I said, I just have like regen. Wait, I just have regen on my chest and boots because I rolled into them. I have endurance on my headpiece, which I don't know, I just rolled into it. I kind of want to roll attack percent on this, but I'm just keeping it as is for now because I just don't have the resources to put into this. We need to build evasion, status effect resist. I'm building towards status effect resist. Like I have my survival willpower is level 25, right? And I have status effect and willpower on everything, right? So I have 100% status effect resist right now, and it's nice, especially when you build for survival willpower. It also procs the extra damage tolerance on the first CC you receive in the fight, which is really nice. So that's also one path of progression, I guess. Is just fully leaning into survival willpower as a cleric, just to bank on that initial like ink, right? So, but yeah, I don't know, because I also have to roll accuracy on every piece, because Cleric is so fucking starved for accuracy. Like, we just don't have enough slots. Like, when we eventually unlock the extra soulbind line with the new like the soulbind soul fucking stone system, right? We're probably gonna have more options. But right now I'm not entirely convinced on anything. So yeah, that's kind of the status right now. Because it's just hard to test. It's just pretty hard to test exactly what everything does and how good everything is. Like, evasion is very straightforward, right? Evasion is, you build evasion, you immediately eliminate all of the low gear people that hit you. And then if you hard lean into evasion, that most people will still miss you a bit. But the problem with building evasion on something other than assassin and ranger is that there's only so much evasion you can build without having to commit your entire fucking genus, right? Like, if you want to build evasion on cleric, you basically have to commit your entire fucking genus stats, which means you can't play accuracy. And also you can't roll it on your gear, because if you want to actually commit into evasion, you need dex and you need evasion on your gear. So if you do that, you're basically purely playing support, right? Which isn't what I'm doing right now. And if I was to do that, I would have no accuracy to hit anyone. So no way, right? Absolutely no way for me to build evasion. So I had to build accuracy and I have to build meat shield. And yeah, there's no clear path on that end for now. Again, the only thing I know about is the difference between endurance and regen. I think both have value, right? But dude, I lost the grip on my mouse for a second. And thanks for the follow, even. But the main problem I have right now is because of the amount of stats line that we have, we can't really lean too much into anything, and if anyone builds against the specific stat that you have, then it's just useless against that person. How much accuracy is acceptable? In PvP it depends on like what your standards are, but the problem is that the average Joe playing like Gladiator and stuff like that will probably hit something along the line of like 2.5k evasion if they like hard commit into it. And if you start looking into assassins and rangers, they can build for above 3k evasion, right? So you basically want your accuracy to match that, if possible. Like right now, I have 2200 accuracy by default, and then if I use food, I have like close to 2.4k, right? And it's been working well, but there's still a few like assassins and stuff like that I have huge trouble hitting, right? And I do want to be able to hit these people, right? What the fuck? I do want to be able to hit these people, so I'm still leaning into it. I'm not done with my Genius Insight farming. And once I'm done, I will be able to hit these people. But it leaves no room to build anything else in my Genius Insight, right? Most people are doing PvP accuracy or PvP vision, yeah. And like that's the other thing, right? If you really want to like hard lean on whether like accuracy or evasion, your best bet is also to get like giga juice rolls on like the green mana stones. But let me tell you, I cannot afford to do that. So I'm just running the regular mana stones with as many accuracy lines on them as possible. Basically, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, 500k per. There's no way. That's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Although I will say with accuracy, you need it a bit less than evasion, because like you can get a decent amount accuracy with the regular mana stones. Like the accuracy roll on the regular mana stones isn't terrible at all. Whereas the difference between the amount of evasion you get from the PvP mana stone and the amount of evasion you get from the regular mana stone is actually quite significant. So Yeah, really a tough call right now. It's really not clear, especially because we don't have the full picture in terms of like what every stat does. And then there's the Genius Insight, right? Right now, my mentality with my Genius Insight on the special slots is I basically just go for damage boost and damage tolerance, right? But it is also possible to roll for like endurance and all of those stats in those slots, right? So technically speaking, you could forego some damage tolerance and get a bit more from those, right? But then the question is it even really fucking worth it to like only slot that could get just damage tolerance, which is just like raw damage mitigation that is like tried and true, just to get a bit higher proc on the chance proc to take more damage, to take less damage, right? Like, I don't know. The absolute truth of it is that I don't know, and I don't think anyone knows, because when you look at people who can afford, right, to like roll any soulbinds they want and reroll into shit, like when you look at the Giga Whales builds, these motherfuckers don't know either. Like you look at their builds and their mana stones are messy, like everyone is building something different, nobody really knows, and because the difference between all of that is like so small, I don't think there's a clear answer, so I don't really want to waste too much money right now, if I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, that's kind of the status of my gear. Now, one thing that I have to do is I need to change the accuracy for precision, because I have enough base accuracy now, but precision to give me more accuracy than just the raw accuracy. So I'll have to replace that. I'm probably gonna invest my Sanctuary Soulbinds into this next week. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. And for the rest, it's kind of whatever. Like, I do need to reroll some passives on my earrings and necklace. Like my second passive, I need to run either the one that gives me percent HP or the one that gives me more healing, one or the other. Right now, my second passive on all of them is like damage proc and stuff like that, which is not good. Not good. And then there's the unending debate of replacing certain pieces of PvP gear with crafted just to get more soulbind slots, which some people are doing, and I don't necessarily know if I agree with that sentiment, because it's like, okay, so you're dropping 5% PvP damage tolerance, which is just like a raw damage reduction, which is again tried and true. It works well, it's actually quite powerful, right? And you're dropping that to get like more percent defense and more endurance and stuff like that. Like, I know people are doing this on like the chest piece and the legs, right? Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, right, all that tells you is that nobody fucking knows. Nobody fucking knows what they're doing. Everyone is just pretending. Like, some stats are absolutely confirmed to be good, but fact of the matter is, especially with the new stats that were just added, nobody fucking knows, dude. Everyone is just scrambling to like get a set that makes sense together, you know? I don't think it's a good idea to use Ancient Spirit shit. Yeah, some people are using like Horn Dragon gear to get more soulbind slots, right? Which I just don't agree with, because every time I fight someone with Horn Dragon gear, they just fall over and die. So, yeah. That bonus is too good not to do 5-5. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. And especially as we start to be able to get more Tribunus gear and we're able to do the hybrid set to get like both of the side effects at once. Like, you're gonna have to do that, right? So, yeah. What do you think about PvP weapon like level 70 say? Or Dragon Ultramate PvP weapon? So obviously it like somewhat depends on your class, right? Because meaties do benefit a lot more than a range of from extendables, right? Like if you're a range, you never use a chromate weapon. That's the bottom line. If you're a melee, you might want to use an extendable, although I'm still of the opinion that that is debatable in most scenarios. But the general consensus is that because of the how the eye level scaling impacts the weapon damage, you want to get a high eye level weapon. And if you're gonna get a higher eye level weapon, you might as well get a crafted weapon to get the extra stat line, because the soul binds on the weapons are way too fucking good. So yeah, getting a crafted weapon is gonna be better in like most cases. Cleric 3.2k IQ. Yeah, then Cleric. If you can afford to get it, get an Ebony mace. That's gonna be your best bet right now. For PvP, the Canis weapon is too good. The problem with the Canis is you can only do inside PvP. So the thing with the Decanus weapon in PvP is that yes, you get the extra 10% PvP damage, but you lose one stat line. I'm talking about Cleric, right? You lose one stat line, which is devastating for Cleric, number one. And number two, the eye level scaling on the weapon range that you need to understand is that this scales very high depending on your eye level, and this shit also impacts this weapon damage boost, right? All of the weapon damage boost roll are directly correlate to your weapons attack, right? So the lower you drop your weapon damage, the lower your base attack drops, the lower your weapon damage boost scaling drops. So you're basically trading a bunch of attack for 10% PvP damage, and you're also losing a stat. Did they remove eye level scaling from Ariel in PvP? Yes, they did. They did, yeah. That was I don't know if it was the last patch or the one before that. But yeah, bottom line is, just because of this, because the weapon damage difference is crazy, right? Like if you go into trade shop, the damage range on this is 238, 306, right? If you look at a Ebony weapon, surely there's going to be one for sale, right? No, all right, let me check the world market. So it's 308 on the high range. And then you look at this, and there's none for sale, XDD3. We just go down. There we go. You look at this, that's 419. That's like over 100 base attack on that, right? So that's a lot of fucking attack that you're dropping just to get 10% PvP attack. And I just don't think that the 10% PvP attack is worth, number one, the extra stat line, because you need to roll status effect chance as a cleric, otherwise you just don't fucking function as a solo cleric. So dropping this plus all of the attack just for 10%, I don't think it's worth. Now on the guard, 100% you want to run the PvP guard, right? But on the weapon side, I think crafted is always going to be better for like a range. And then as a melee, there's always going to be the debate of extendable versus non-extendable. I do think you will eventually have to use both, especially as we gravitate towards a more tanky meta. Like if you just perma-use an extendable, you're just not going to do enough damage, especially if you're doing solo PvP, so yeah. Do the same for the guard then. The guard is different because the guard is just like a tiny bit of attack. The guard is basically like a glorified accessory, so the scaling on the attack of it is like not nearly as important. So you actually... like the extra stat line on the guard is good, but because there's no status effect chance on the guard, you're not as pressed to get an extra slot. So the PvP guard is, as a cleric, is just always going to be better, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, let me grab that. Yeah, no problem. Now, obviously, right, like, this is just general observation and experience talking. There's no actual math that has been done, but the general feeling is that when you transition from a Decanus mace to a crafted mace, the damage doesn't seem to change, but you really feel like in terms of like the PvP damage, it doesn't really seem to do much, but you really feel the extra status effect chance, right? Like that's close to 20%. You just need that. That's effect resist. Yeah, that's fucking terrible. That's what it is. I mean, I'll keep that for like my next transfer, I guess. Summercraft T3 Boney. Yeah, that's the risk, isn't it? That is the risk, unfortunately. I'm sorry, man. I know how devastating that is. And like that's one of the reasons why typically if you don't have seasoned mats, I always recommend people to just buy the finished product, right? Did he? Okay, he insta went. Okay, whatever. Because at least you don't risk. But I know it's not. It's easier said than done, especially since nobody is crafting and selling maces. So yeah. Like I know I will eventually have to craft my my Oni Boni mace, both because of the season mats and can I throw these guys? Yeah. Both because of the season mats and also the fact that the availability of like maces in general is like fucking terrible. But yeah, fact of the matter is right now, not everything is certain. We don't have a lot of math people, and like typically when these games, I mean, I don't know if you guys have played like stuff like the Korean games, right? Like Throne, Lost Ark, even Ion back in the days, right? Like it seems like on the Korean side, people don't really do their due diligence with like there's not many like math people that actually like crunch the numbers and figure things out and make the DPS meters and the analysis tools and all of that, right? So usually the nitty-gritty details of like everything usually doesn't come out until it comes out in the West, basically. So for a lot of these things, I think we're gonna have to wait until the West gets its grubby hands on the game. There's just no slots for clerics anyway. It's crazy. Yeah, thank you. Likewise. Bruh. Let me join a group, dude. I fucking beg. Double glad. Oh yeah, this guy's gear is it is what it is. I mean, it's whatever, it's good enough for this dungeon anyways. Starting to find a group, yeah, always. I mean, the funny thing is, right, I should be doing hard mode with the gear I have, but yeah. Finding a group for hard mode as a cleric would legitimately take me days. It's just not worth my time, to be honest. But as it is right now, I'm gonna get my Centurion chest probably sometime next week. Right, I'm at 30 medals, I need 5 more, so surely next week I'm gonna be able to get 5. I do my transfer, inheritance. I'm probably gonna have to redo the mana stones. Do you guys know if the inheritance also transfers the mana stones, or do you have to redo the mana stones? I'm going to running hard mode anyways. Still overtuned. I mean, yes, in a way. I mean, I don't mind it because it's hard mode, but I know for a fact I can clear it just fine, right? With like people that have equal gear to me. It's just nobody wants to take a cleric because of the general like perception. Everything transfer except the mana stone and soul by percent. Okay, thank you, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna have to redo the mana stones, which, you know, whatever. Like I have a pretty cool accuracy roll on that chest, but obviously it's mostly green, so Shardstone doesn't transfer either. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I guess as expected. The most important is the enchantment and like the soul binds anyways. But yeah. So I'll do that. I'll transfer my chest next week. That's gonna give me my last Centurion set effect. And then after that, I'm gonna be chilling a bit on the PvP gear side. I'm gonna be waiting for my Tribunus, first piece of Tribunus, which should follow at some point towards the back end of Season 2. And then I'm probably gonna be on like money saving mode to both complete my Ariel board to like pad my eye level for PvE. Right, I have a bunch of Ariel boards I need to get. That's probably 200, like something like 200 eye levels that I'm missing just from this. And also start replacing my mace. Yeah, that's gonna be the next thing on the line after I'm done with my chess piece. Need to destroy my Centurion Cave for pants. What do you mean destroy? You get AP back? Yeah, but you don't want to destroy a piece of Centurion gear because you don't get the medals back. Like, AP is irrelevant. AP is like so easy to get. The medals is like the hard part. I wish I could get gold medals faster, but it doesn't really matter what I try. Like I don't know if there's any other like clerics and stuff like that in the chat, but it doesn't matter what strategy I try. I just cannot get more than the default rewards in both siege and world bosses. I'm just getting silver fragments. That's all I'm getting. I have absolutely no chance to get medals rewards in general, let alone gold, right? So I just don't really have much of a choice but to like very slowly make progression on my Tribunus gear until they give us more sources. Which, by the way, like, I hope they don't do the Gomba crafting with gold medals. Like, I'm getting a bit tired of this. It's such a massive keyness sink and you usually don't get shit out of it, right? Like it's so terrible. Baseball Cinema, it is based on party DPS. Yeah, the thing is, right, I have tried partying with juices, I have tried joining like the faction forces, I have tried going alone, I've tried everything. I just never get anything more than the baseline rewards. Never. I've had like full plus 25 Horn Dragon people in my group, right? And it just doesn't matter. Oh my god. It just doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't do anything. So I don't know exactly how the math functions. Like, because I thought it was going to be force-based as well. Within the same group of people, like the same group, I've gotten the baseline rewards and I've had people get like platinums in the same group as me. So it's like, I don't know. What I can do is hit a miss. Well, I've been missing a lot. let me just put it this way. I've been exclusively missing. I haven't gotten a single medal out of a siege and world bosses since the beginning of the game. Not a single one. So yeah. I get medals. It's a mixed bag. Like you get them from the siege, from the world bosses. You get them from the season quests. There's some of them are seasonal that give you a bunch of medals that just ask you to kill like specific ranks of people, and then you have the weekly quests that ask you to rift and then kill people within a certain rank range. Like that's the bulk of how you get your medals. Like I'm slowly writing a video that like compiles all of the information when it comes to like PvP gearing in general. It's just that I'm a bit reluctant to make the video because I know for a fact that a lot of the information I want to present in that video is gonna change at some point in the near future. So it's like, do I even release that video if half of the information is gonna be outdated in like a week, you know? What I've gotten was 10 medals from one box. 10 medals from one box. Are you fucking kidding me right now? What time I used 2-3 for skill rotation, didn't get a thing. Yeah, I just never get anything. I don't know how it works, man. I don't. I just think it's purely DPS based. And like there's some shit. I don't know. Maybe okay, in Iron 1, I don't know if you remember, in Iron 1, if you got the first hit on the siege boss, you got incredibly more amount of rewards than you would normally. So I'm wondering if it's not just like purely DPS based, like personal DPS, and then there's some shenanigans of like first hit, last hit. You know what I mean? That just has a chance to like suck your dick. It's a green box. I received 10 medals. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I haven't experienced that, unfortunately. I used 2 skills. I mean, did you just like arrive at the middle and hit the boss normally, or like is there a chance that you got a first or last hit? I mean, this guy is probably just gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for him. Because I'm wondering, right? Because Iron 1 had some bullshit like that, you know? And I wouldn't be surprised if they just copy and pasted some of the like reward algorithm from Iron 1. Definitely not. Then I don't know, man. I hit it when it was like half HP. Did you do any PvP? Guys, this in a second later. Yeah. I mean, especially if you did one of the earlier sieges, right? I PvP'd before the boss spawns. Okay. Question. Did you do the, you know, the artifact resonance stuff? Like, did you farm mobs at all? Or did you only PvP during the artifact resonance? Only PvP, okay. Usually, I don't even show up for the artifact resonance. I just show up when the thing spawns, right? Maybe there's some kind of contribution stacking during the artifact resonance. Yes, during the 10 minutes. Like, that's prior to siege, right? Where you have to kill the mobs and stuff, right? I mean, not the 10 minutes, but like the gauge that you have to fill for the siege to begin. I'm talking about that time. Yeah, during the 100% phase, yeah. I don't ever farm Abyss mobs. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe PvP also counts towards the artifact resonance. I don't know. I don't think it does. I think it's only mobs, but if you're telling me you only PvP'd and the game just randomly sucked your dick, then maybe there's something to it, right? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's basically the same for me, right? Nothing or 3 medals. What class do you play, by the way? Templar. You know that's funny because the only guy I've ever seen with like an incredible amount of like Tribunus gear was a Templar. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I've seen back when we were still on match against Titania. So I mean the guy is still on my server obviously because that doesn't change, but I don't remember what the name of the guy was. But that guy had a Tribunus cape, legs, headpiece, and 2 earrings, and he was a Templar. And that was like really early into the game lifespan, right? So yeah, I don't know. Probably matters per server too. Yeah, I mean, there's some kind of fucked mathematical stuff happening with the medal distribution, and regardless of what it is, it's not being generous to me. I'll say that. There's someone with 2 heroic rings. Yeah. There's on my server. There's a gladiator with 2 high commander rings as well. I think it was the previous Supreme Commander, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, I forgot. Whoops. Okay, also, I mean, I don't think it holds any relevance, but, like, did you have a good PvE set? Like at the time I mean, when you do your sieges, right? Like prior to them changing the Abyss monsters to get damaged more by PvP gear, were you using a good PvE set? I was just using PvP gear? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're basically doing the same shit that I am then, yeah. But you're actually getting medals, even forgetting about the 10 medal incident, right? Like, I have never gotten medals out of these. 2 pool skills and got a green bug for 10 silver medals. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I mean, who knows, right? Who knows what happened? Okay, 1 more, I believe. Yes, 1 more. These guys are probably together. Breakthroughing chromate earrings. That's breakthroughing a chromate bow. Well, that's a decision and a half. Yeah, I mean that is possible entirely, right? I mean, I'm also concerned about the fact I'm literally jumping my entire fucking skill bar 50 times over on the boss, and I'm getting nothing, right? Like, okay. They basically had a patch where if you hit the boss once, you get 100 fragments, right? And so now that's what I'm getting when I do sieges and bosses and so on and so forth, right? Prior to that, I was like doing everything I could, even being in a force, and I would not even get anything. So like that tells me that whether I dump my entire skill bar or I hit the thing once, like my contribution isn't going up, you know? So yeah. It's probably because XD Cleric, which is kind of dumb. But I just don't know what to do to get anything more than that, you know what I mean? Because like, it is obviously slowing my progress down a lot, because the game has been out for like two months and a half, and I have virtually gotten 0 medals out of like the actual medal events, right? I'm trying to figure out what the hell this is the factor. Brother, keep me informed. If you figure out literally anything, you are allowed to ping me 50 times on Discord. And I will say thanks. How many total silver medals do you have? That is a good question. So I have a Centurion head. That's 20, right? This is 15. That's 35. Is that 15? Wait, let me double check. Okay, so that's 15. So I have 15, 35, 50, 65. So I have 95 total silver medals. Yeah, 95 total. And I've virtually gotten probably 80% of them from the silver medal craft gamba, from doing the PvP weeklies. Which probably has set me back close to 100 million kina from crafting attempts. And then yeah, on the gold side I have 18, on the platinum I have 7, and I've gotten these from the seasonals and the weeklies. I just wish medals were handled the same way as Iron 1. I don't know, man. I feel like the medal progression in Iron 1 made more sense. 95 to 100 is probably above average. I mean, probably, yes. But then again, I don't think most people do the silver medal Gamba craft. You know what I mean? I think most people see the 100k cost for 10% success and say, fuck that. But because I'm fully conscious of the fact this is pretty much my only way to get silver medals, I've been doing it. And I've been getting between 5 to 10 silver medals a week from doing it. What is this game's name? It is Ion 2. It came out in Korea and Taiwan 2.5 months ago. And it will come for the West probably sometime next summer. I'm too poor at the moment to even do that, Gamba. I mean, it's just a matter of like budgeting your shit, right? And look, I'm struggling with Kina. I'll be the first one to say I'm struggling, even though I'm fully maintaining 4 ults, because I'm doing all of that, right? But you know, it's just a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Looks very pretty. Yeah, it's on Unreal Engine 5, right? So it's it has that modded game flair to it. Well, your pet and genius might be maxed as hell. Yeah, pretty much all of my pets are 5 now. And my genius, I've been pretty unlucky on the rerolls, but I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well, yeah. I mean, I can show you after this, but I'm probably getting like 600 or 700 accuracy just for my genius, Lemao. And guess what? It's still not enough, because Cleric is getting cucked on the accuracy front. Isn't that fun? No farming necessary. I did a decent amount of farming, but I kind of stopped when they buffed the daily dungeon, because I'm literally getting like 40,000 souls a week or something, like, just from doing daily dungeons. So yeah. What did you think about block stats on PvP for Cleric Center? Block is completely fucking useless right now. It's by far the worst defensive stat in the game. Because the DR on it is dependent on like outgearing the opponent. Like the damage reduction scales on your item level differential between you and your opponent. So in the majority of the time in PvP, you're basically not reducing shit with block. And then you need to build inhumane amount of blocks to be to even proc at all, because everyone is doing accuracy because of evasion, number 2. And then number 3, block doesn't work omnidirectionally. It's literally the only defensive stat in the game that doesn't work when you get hit in the back, which means that against a lot of classes like Assassin that always hit you in the back, it basically doesn't do anything. And yeah, obviously, unlike evasion, it doesn't prevent CCs or anything, so... And obviously when you're CC'd, an intelligent DPS will go on your back, and then all of a sudden your block doesn't protect you anymore. So, yeah. Block is just completely useless right now. It doesn't do anything. In PvE, it does some stuff, but who cares? Evasion is still better in PvE. What should I get instead? It honestly depends on your class and what you want to do. Evasion is like the most popular one because evasion is like pretty straightforward to build for. And obviously evasion stops everything. If you evade the hit, you evade the damage, you evade the CC, you evade everything. But the main problem with evasion is that because a lot of people are building evasion, a lot of people are also building accuracy. So against like high-end players, your evasion is going to do nothing. And also there's more and more skills in the game that are bypassing evasion entirely. So if you're getting zerged or against certain classes, like a bulk of the damage you're gonna take is not gonna be stopped by evasion. That's number 2. And then number 3, evasion works the best on classes that have skills and passives that work toward evasion. So assassin and ranger. On any other class, evasion is more of a gimmick that stops working as soon as you're fighting a serious player. So that's evasion. Obviously evasion is still very good, right? It's just, you know, it has pros and cons. And also evasion is like probably the first thing on the chopping block when it comes to nerfs. Like it's very likely evasion is gonna get like another pass of nerfs, right? Namely because right now evasion has the problem of like saying it's capped but not actually being capped. And then on the flip side, your other option is like status effect resist, which is... It's good, but it only works against very specific CCs. So status effect resist and then your status effect resist passives, like on Cleric, survival willpower is pretty good. It's pretty good to build for because it both builds your status effect resist and it also gives you a grace period on the first CC you receive on the fight, because it gives you a defense tolerance bonus when you get CC'd the first time in the fight. So that's pretty good to build for. And then on the purely defensive stats right now, it's a toss-up between defense percentage, endurance, and regeneration. Endurance is just a flat 50% reduction of the damage you take when it procs. But the flip side of endurance is that pretty much everyone builds endurance pen by accident because it's tied to illusion and everyone has illusion. So endurance is pretty hard to build for. You have to hard commit into it, and then the proc rate is going to be pretty low. On the flip side, you have regeneration, which is a 50% damage mitigation, but is a lot easier to build for, and also nobody builds against. So it's going to proc more often, but it's going to reduce the damage less. So that's regeneration. And then finally you have defense percentage, which should be a raw damage reduction, but nobody knows the exact math behind it. So that's more of a wild card. That's more of a gamble, I guess. And yeah, these are your defensive options right now. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but the fact of the matter is the defense building in this game right now is very obscure. We have options. A lot of them have some good stuff, a lot of them have some bad stuff. And it's hard to know exactly what is the best to build for, especially because the game keeps evolving. And everything keeps getting patched in and out, so yeah. Alright, so sorry for the long answer. But that's the best I can do right now. Already have 1.2k block. Yeah, but again, block is useless, and 1.2k is not gonna do anything because, as I said, most people are building a lot of accuracy because accuracy also counts as evasion, and evasion is the most common used defensive right now. So actual serious players are gonna have more than 2000 accuracy like as a baseline, which means that until you reach 2.5k block, you're not gonna block shit. And even when you do, you're still not gonna block shit. Yeah, accuracy is also sought after in PvE. Like accuracy is just one of those stats that is like, it's a safe bet, so everyone is building towards it. Shoulder pads. Alright, let me show you my pet situation. So my pet situation is like this. Right, so I'm pretty much almost fully level 5 on everything. I just have a couple of level 4s at the end. I just have these. That's it. These are level 4s. And most of these are gonna get level 5 by next week, probably. Either next week or the week after. And then on the Genius side, this is my current situation. So I'm not getting very lucky on my rerolls, but this one has 4 accuracy rolls, this one has 3, this one has 3, and then this one has 1 only, unfortunately. And then my special is like this right now. So yeah, not the best, not the worst, but I'm getting there, yeah. And yeah, my accuracy situation in PvP is as follows. I have 2000 flat accuracy, and then I have 200 PvP accuracy. So 2.2, and then when I use food, I'm getting close to 2.4, basically. Although I do have to reroll this accuracy to precision, so yeah, I'm gonna be well above 2.4 once I'm done with that. And guess what? It's still not enough. I still have assassins that are like fucking my entire day. Okay, I'm done with this. I'll switch over to my ult. I have a few old dungeons to do, and then we'll catch the next rift for PvP. Yeah, what we're gonna do. And again, it's one of those things where I would love to make a video about like stats and stored binds and so on and so forth, but I just don't know what the value there is in me doing this when I don't have all the answers. You know what I mean? Like basically what I just told you is the best I can do. I can give you a rundown of everything. I can tell you what is being run by most people right now, but I can't really give complete data, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, these guys are almost there already. I'm just gonna wait. It's thank you for the follow. Just Josh in it. That's a good name. Very good name. But yeah, and thing is, the line is gonna get the line is about to get even blurrier because they added this shit into the game. Let's see. Can you get it from the normal mode? I don't even know if you can. Yeah, you can. Okay. So they added this into the game, right? And right now we only have the orange version. There is a gold version in the game already, in the game's client, so we know it's gonna come also for gold gear. And allegedly, this is gonna allow us to have one more soulbind line, which is gonna open up a lot of like possibilities. So yeah, the stat situation is, especially on the defensive side, is a bit of a question mark. Although I would argue even on the offensive side, there's a bit of a question mark, right? Because now that we are actually able to roll smite and perfect on gear, what that means is that you can technically build into it, and like it's the same thing. You can technically roll your genius, your pet genius for it. But we also run in the same problem that we have a bunch of smite and perfect resistance available in PvP, which means that if you build into it, you're basically building into a proc that is gonna give you very unreliable results. So I think people are still gonna want to build only on like damage boost and just ignore those lines and like attack. But at least for PvE it's good. Yeah. Especially since Smite got nerfed in PvP as well, alongside Crit, which I guess makes Perfect a bit more valuable in PvP. But fact of the matter is, getting enough Perfect to like hit perfects on people in PvP is like so difficult. It's such a small chance to proc. And always me, huh? Brother. Man, it really only is on me, huh? Crazy. I mean, at least I can survive people not fraying me. Although, I'm not gonna be able to survive that. Bruh. Yeah, no, not risking that. I can respect that this guy committed to it. I will say that I thought about it. By the way, I think I'm gonna do something a bit different on Tuesday. I've been thinking, right, with the discussion we had yesterday. I think it could be a decent idea to do like a patch notes coverage, but also add a bit of a spice to it. Like basically do like cover the patch notes on the channel, but also cover the data mining at the same time. You know, just a weekly thing. The servers go down, we data mine the client, the patch note comes up, and then I just do a quick recording going over what changed in the patch notes, and then also discuss about the stuff that was changed in the client. Maybe that could be a decent idea. Give a bit of a added value in that sense, I guess. Got so many keys. I can only do one of this character as well. Bruh. Yeah, there's a 2.2 DPS. It's interesting. Oh, they're already on the final boss. Well, I mean, there's a chance they could enrage, but I'm just gonna... Oh my fucking god. This is so stupid. I hate that they changed that. If you enter an instance and the people are on the boss, you just can't leave. Even if it's on like on your own will, you just can't leave the dungeon if the boss has been pulled. I guess we're watching. Yeah, I mean, I think they probably got this. So to just full stats on people run Cleric, which one do you select? Well, what I have right now is I have crit damage, status effect resist, accuracy, and survival willpower. That's what I have on my pauldrons right now. And if I'm gonna be honest, I have no fucking idea what I want to do right now. In terms of like replacing stuff. Because like, eventually, if I eventually get enough accuracy in my genus that I don't have to roll accuracy on every single piece of gear, then I would probably roll either regen or endurance. Probably. But the fact of the matter is, I just don't know how much value there is into either of these right now. Hey, I got a longsword. Very cool. Good boss. Roll defense percent, increment and penetration. I should save that. I mean, the only reason why I'm not leaning towards defense percent is that I just don't know what the exact value of defense is in this game. Like that's the main problem I have. I feel like defense is such a weird stat because you get so much of it, but you never really feel it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird. It probably does something, but I don't know to what extent. There's nothing that indicates what it does, and all of the tests that I've done to try and find out have been inconclusive because this game has too many damage range on everything. So like, it's pretty hard to gauge exactly how good something is, unless it's like a raw percentage on the proc, right? So I guess if you want to experiment with it, like the percent defense is probably not terrible. You can probably keep that. Endurance pen, I would say, has no value because, again, because you're gonna stack illusion anyways. Like, I don't really see us needing endurance pen to like beat anyone's endurance. At least not right now, because I have yet to see anyone that committed into endurance. I'll just say that. So I would say if you're gonna reroll stuff, just if you're gonna Just like keep the defense percent last to reroll, I guess. And then just reroll the rest, yeah. Okay, this was a 2-boss group, right? Like, the reason why I like survival willpower so much is that it's both active at the same time in the form of, like, it's basically like a sheer status effect resist roll, right? Like, it kind of functions as a willpower roll, but it also has the added defense when you get stunned at the beginning of an ink, basically. That's why I kind of like it, because at least you know exactly what you're getting with survival willpower as a cleric. Which isn't to say that it's good, it's just that I can actually see what it does, I guess. And it's not reliant on, like, what the other guy's build is. Yeah, I mean, you can, although I don't have any willpower rolls left on my gear. I do have status effect resist on everything, though. But yeah, if you're doing solo cleric stuff, accuracy, given, you need it. You desperately need it. Status effect resist is always a safe one. Like stacking to 100% status effect resist has allowed me to resist a lot of shit, especially against assassin, gladiator, like all of the seal effects. Like, obviously a bunch of them still get through, but when you do resist them, it helps a lot, right? And I'm not entirely convinced that I'm not just gonna keep rolling exclusively survival willpower on everything. If I'm gonna be honest. I'm tanking. Interesting. But yeah, maybe I still should, like, I don't know, make the Soulbind video, even though I don't have every information. Like, maybe we can make this a community effort or something. Like, the problem is that it doesn't matter who I ask. It doesn't matter who I ask. It feels like no one has concrete answers, right? So this group's DPS is something. I'll say that. I mean, I guess I'm tanking, which is probably not a good sign, right? Yeah, these guys are 2.3. I mean, I think we can still make it. They're just gonna be close. Also, we don't have another stagger window coming, so yeah. Alright, nice. But I kind of regard status effect resist as something akin to magic resist in Iron 1, right? It's just you can't count on it every time, but basically, especially if you do solo PvP and you keep having a bunch of people on you, it's gonna lower the burden of like CCs on your face by a decent amount. So in that sense, I do think it holds like a decent amount of value with regards to like solo PvP on a cleric. Since as long as you have a bit of breathing room as a cleric, you can just heal yourself up anyways. So you don't need to be as proactive with your defensive anyways. You just need to have that breathing room. Okay. Okay, this character cannot run anything, so we're done. I'll just do some Abyss PvP and then I'll go Rift. Yeah. I didn't get any gold, did I? Yeah, no, I didn't. Okie doke. Yeah, I'll just keep that for the future mace, I guess. Might as well start dashing shit up. Let's pay the Abyss a visit. See how it be today. The Abyss ranking grind never stops. I think I'm 2-star right now. Don't know how far I am from 3 stars, but yeah, I'm 2-star. 2.8. So I'm not that far. I'm like 400k away from 3 stars, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Still keeping up. Somehow. As long as I kind of want to, as long as I get like 4-star, 4 or 5-star by the end of the season, that's honestly good enough for me. I just want to keep the title, really. Alright. Does seem to be on the more Asmo dominated side. It's like this is the Ilios Island and it's mostly Asmo, so Ninth class, yeah, I don't really care about that, to be honest. Dude, come on, just go play with rocks or something. Oh, so now you're running away because I'm fighting back. Okay, well. An interesting strategy. I don't think it's gonna pay off very often for you, but I wish the best in your endeavors. Yeah, I'll check the other islands, but I don't think it's very likely there's gonna be people, since those are Asmo possessed. Tenth class. I mean, there's another guy. First class, okay. I'm paralyzed. First hit. A good way to start this PvP session is by getting paralyzed on the first hit I'm receiving of the day. Yeah, this guy was using evasion food, I'm hitting him. So it's already a good sign that for the average Joe, my accuracy is like working out. You always love to see that, to be honest. 2-star officer, 1-star. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Okay. I'll need to be more careful. That is a pack of officers though, but they are grouped together, so I have to be more careful than that. Only satisfactions would work against paralyzed. Yeah. You can say that again. I have another actress in my PvP setup. Yeah, that's honestly like the main problem with Cleric is that if you want to do solo PvP, it's pretty high investment to start getting results, mostly because of those reasons. Yeah, he's just running away and waiting for the rest of his group to do his job, right? I'm paralyzed. Yeah, that's the problem. I guess this is a invuln only angle with these guys. Also, I would like my root to work a bit more. That'd be nice. But yeah, like you need high investment on stigmas. Like a lot of stigmas are very essential on Cleric, and then on the gear side, at the bare minimum, you need like a really high accuracy because there's no crutches on Cleric. There's no skills that bypasses evasion, there's no accuracy passives, there's nothing. It's just purely you and your stats at the end of the day. 7th class. Did they leave? Oh, there we go. I'm paralyzed. So yeah, I'm getting recuperation like procs, which is nice. Oh, I'm sealed now. Isn't that fun? Yeah, paralyzed again. Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do much against these guys. I'm literally getting like chain power procced. That assassin is 5-star though. I mean, I'll keep trying. It's not like dying has any consequences, right? If all else fail, I'll just go to the lower abyss. Yeah, my root isn't landing on these guys. Yeah, see, like, as soon as they get attacked, they just run away. Like, I can't do anything about that. Legitimately. Yeah, see? And I'm paralyzed. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the lower abyss. Like, the way these guys are working is they're just zerging you in the most pussy way possible. You attack one, the guy just runs away. You switch to another target, the guy just runs away. They just wait until you get paralyzed and they zerg you. GG's. And I literally missed 6 roots in a row, so can't do anything about that. Let's see if the lower abyss is a bit better, perhaps. Oh, general. I think he dropped wings here, right? So he's probably on that island. Yep, well that's another Zerg right there. Oh, it's two clerics together. Well, I'm definitely gonna kill that. Yeah. Two generals, a commander, but it's like just a group of supports together. Like I'm not gonna make a dent in that. And hey, my root missed again. It's crazy, right? I literally have the maximum amount of intelligence I can have. I have status effect chance on my weapon. My root is level 15. And I just missed 10 roots in a row. Yeah, Cleric, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. 10 seconds, my one comes back. I can try to kill the commander, but he's assassin. He just needs to stealth and then get healed by his two clerics. Two clerics. Yeah. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Sweet. I don't need commandos for my seasonals, so I mean I'll keep trying, whatever. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can definitely deal damage to that, yeah. For real, for real. Alright, this is pointless. I'll just be checking elsewhere once again. Like, literally hit the assassin once. He got "You steal salvation." Okay, well, yeah. Let me deal some damage to that real quick. That's an easy task. At least I was hitting him though. I was hitting him on this evasion contract, so that's pretty cool. You guys here? Int class. That's literally only an int class hanging out, to be honest. I'm paralyzed. 8 class. I mean, at this point, the only people you don't see in a full Zerg is ninth class, right? That's probably about... I am paralyzed. Would you look at that? Just a bunch of nin class camping the entrance. One star. I'm paralyzed. I should just like preemptively invuln against those people. Like the state of the PvP right now on this server is literally like massive zergs of people. You get hit once, you get paralyzed. Like solo PvP is not in a good position right now. I'll say that. Hopefully the rifting is gonna be better in 15 minutes. Surely. Yeah. Yes, Chanter, Templar, Cleric in his group, so can't even do damage. People are mostly running 2 people or more. Dude, I wish people were running 2 people right now. I'm exclusively running against forces of people right now. Complete with the whole trifecta of support classes, which means I'm not doing any damage. So the invuln is not really helping me any. Like, I can't really find anyone to kill right now, outside of like low ranks. Kinda sucks. It's only like geared Zerg with the support trifecta right now. I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? Like, It's sort of an expected outcome, right? Because if you do a patch that raises the TTK and greatly improves the efficiency of like defensive buffs in a group play, then obviously people are gonna do more group roaming because you're basically completely safe if you do open world PvP with support in your group. Like no one is gonna be able to jump you in this current meta, right? What is this game? It's Ion 2. So, while group PvP in itself isn't really encouraged in the game, like there's no content that like promotes group PvP, if you Zerg as a group in open world right now, you're probably invincible. Yeah. Like it's on both sides, right? Like the Asmos are also doing it. Like this is the same guild, right? So this is a force of Asmo, also Zerging. But I don't have a group to do that type of stuff, so I'm just shit out of luck unless I find people roaming solo, or at least stragglers, you know, at the bare minimum. Which happens, but right now I'm not really having much luck for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, at the end of the day, for the purpose of, like, rank grinding, it doesn't really matter too much, since you can't lose ranking points anyway, so as long as I kill people here and there, it doesn't matter too much. But it's just not as enjoyable to roam solo right now. At least on my server. Maybe it's a bit different on other servers, but right now the meta does appear to be around Zerging on this server. Yeah. Also, this is literally a Zerg of like a nint class. Like, I don't really care. I'm paralyzed. I mean, you could run away while I'm paralyzed, which I think you are. Oh, well, wrong direction. Oh, is it? No, yeah. He dropped to the floor, so I didn't see his icon until then. I mean, it doesn't matter. Alright, 10 minutes to rift. Nint class. Damn, Nint class running blue scrolls. These guys are balling. Nint class as well. Crazy. I don't know how people this active can be Nint class at this point of the season, to be honest. Oh, someone fighting here. Another Nint class. Nope, that's the same guy. Same dude. All of these chanters. Crazy. Invuln. Oh, that was too good to last, right? Here comes the Zerg. Yeah, the fact I'm taking 5 business days to kill anyone doesn't really help, I guess. Like, it makes for interesting fights, don't get me wrong, but in this scenario where you're literally on a timer every time you attack someone, it doesn't work out for the best. Yeah. I mean, you can't blame them. Like, I'm just a solo officer going around, so... They see that, they just have to press a button, get that quest done, you know? Oh, at least I killed one. We still have dwellers on our island. That's one guy here. Ninth class. Jesus Christ, dude. So many ninth class. Where in the world are these guys coming from? This is a 3.5k and he's a ninth class. Flashbang. Yeah, I mean, how many people is that, dude? Like, be for real, you know? You see the Divine Aura minigun? Wait, is there a new one? I mean, it still scales with CDR. Like, I was able to like check that, but I thought they fixed the machine gun effect when you have a lot of CDR. Training in class, brother. What is this? This is not very appealing. There's 3-star Marshall, huh? Hello, you. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Well, I was about to invuln to maybe make something happen, but guess not. 49 CD plus 60 combat speed. What, does it do the same thing as it did before? How much CDR do I even have? That is a good question. It's time, right? 21% from the gold stat. Where's the cooldown stuff? Venus, attribute, special. It's probably there, right? 35%. Yeah. I don't know what the before was, sorry. It was literally just like the aura was just machine gunning, but that was fixed. That was fixed with the last patch. So if it's the same stuff, like it was within a certain like combat cooldown speed threshold, then the Divine Aura was just machine gun it. But yeah, that was fixed. Oh. Well. You want following? Damn. I didn't think it was that low, but it killed an additional person, so I guess it is what it is. To be honest, I thought you were higher. Yeah, me too. I think I had like a solid like 2 more seconds of freefall, but guess not. I just wanted to like wait out the seal cover I had and get that luxury. There's not much in the way of an indicator as to how low you are, unfortunately. An altitude meter would be a good addition. The 3rd class. He's pulling me towards the ground because I'm more likely to get zerged here. Like, this is what we're working with. Also, I'm paralyzed, so cool. Alright, 58. I'm actually gonna get ready for Rift at this point. It is time. Surely the Rift is not gonna be just 200 people zerging at Zoomin Village, right? Surely? The Visal Ilios do PvP a bit more than the Hitania ones, but they're not doing it in a very fun way. I'll say that. Oh wow, that's a lot of people. Alright, let me get a Kisk. Another PvE gear enjoyer. Let me see. Let me check around like what people are doing with their gear. This guy's not really enchanted. No. Do we have any gamers? Constitution. Yeah, I mean Constitution is also interesting. Like that's definitely something I've been thinking about. Like getting the passive. Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck is this? Getting the passive that increases your HP by % and also getting Constitution and just like being a massive HP tank. it definitely is an interesting thought. This guy's running evasion. Yeah. Yeah, just evasion pretty much. Some Constitution. This guy definitely doesn't have enough evasion though. Yeah, he's all over the place. Alright, there we go. Well, we're dropping Chief over here. Brother, the body blocking. It begins. What does this guy have? Damage boost. Yeah, this guy is just riding the willpower situation. Yeah. Like, you can tell that nobody really knows what direction to go at this point. There's very few people with like a truly dedicated set towards a very specific set of stats, right? Let's keep up. Let's get up there. Class waiting here. Definitely not sus. Well, if my kiss gets broken, then we know why. All right, there we go. Let's see. Can I that one update can ruin all of your soul binds? I'm hoping that they're not gonna do this again by adding more stats. Like, I don't think it's a bit on the nose, although at least it gives us more option than just evasion defensively, I guess. But yeah, it's the situation is a bit confused right now, for sure. Alright, do we have anyone in Zoomian Village right now? Okay, it's one dude, two dudes, three dudes, second class, 4 dudes. Oh, the targeting, dude. Holy shit. Okay, the rest is rank 9, so XDD. I do think there's probably a Zerg brewing right now, like based on what I'm seeing. Unsurprisingly so. Okay, the rank 2 is back. Hey, I'm paralyzed. XD. Where did my second class boy go? There he is. That's not your best hiding spot. I will say that, you know? Not your best decision today. Fourth class. Yeah, I mean, it's just the two rangers pretty much. I mean, I can milk this guy for a little bit if he doesn't move. Damn, paralyzed first hit. Impressive. Alright. Hey, there's a temple now. We know how this ends, I think. I think I might hang around another location for now. All of these are like low ranks. I'm flabbergasted at like the amount of low ranks, you know? Oh, well. That's interesting. The frame rate just dropped to 15. Alright, it's a Zoomian village invasion proper. I'm just gonna land here, yeah. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Okay, yeah. By pulling me left and right, you have saved me by accident. Thank you, soldiers. Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck is this? Yeah, they're actually like fully cleaning the village this time. They're not just standing on in the main attraction. Going to be so many of these on EU. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like EU tends to be a bit more reserved on that front. I don't know. I mean, at least on EU, on the servers I was on, like this type of stuff happened if there was like an event, like, okay, like the servers are about to merge or like a patch is about to happen, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't so much a daily thing, you know? Dude. Holy shit, the amount of pulls. Old school fights in our current village. Yeah, I mean, I guess back in the days more so, yeah. But I guess that's also because the community got smaller and smaller as the years went by, right? So it just happened less, basically. What do? Do I just stay here? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang around elsewhere for the time being. I'm not really kind of this. Invuln. Instant invuln, wow. Damn. Let's check elsewhere for a bit. Although the unfortunate reality is like usually when there's these, everyone who has a PvP flag gets kind of gets pulled towards it. So pretty unlikely I'll see other people elsewhere, but we'll check it out. Nonetheless. Right. Okay. It's kind of funny because with all of the changes we just had and everything, like it's kind of starting to feel like the in terms of like roughly rough balance and like feeling of damage and so on and so forth, it's kind of starting to feel like the early patches of Iron 1, I guess, in how it's kind of going, right? Although, maybe with the exception of like how strong Cleric is in group PvP right now, because like in the 1.x era, Cleric was pretty bad in Regin and so on and so forth, but right now it's like really strong. Really makes you think though, like if they're doing as much as they are with like the whole like group buff, group mitigation, group damage buff, so on and so forth, like if there's like group PvP content in the pipelines somewhere for them to be balancing the game like that. Or you know, maybe it's just an incident of them doing this for like PvE, which I'm not sure about that, because I don't think anyone's really using a lot of those skills in PvE. Like use steals in PvE is virtually useless, right? For example. And also there's a lot of like CC oriented changes, so yeah, that's definitely more PvP. There's a dude. The up or down? Not sure. I think he was in the windstream, yeah. Probably long gone. The dude here, first class. Paralyzed me before he died. In good ranger fashion. Where are you going? I was right next to you. Yeah, I'm paralyzed. Hey, I'm paralyzed. At least he did. At least he did. Oh, paralyzed again. We're dead on that, yeah. Paralyze on the back hit teleportation, that's usually a bad sign. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Every single time this guy hit me, I got paralyzed. I just don't know what to think. You know, there was one thing that was nice about Magic Resist when you spec'd into it, is that you also resisted the God Stones. Status Effect Chance, like, and Status Effect Resist doesn't really do that. Like, Theo Stones are just kind of left rampant without anything really stopping them. And yeah, once again, another guy that is using Stun plus Paralyze Theo Stone. That's getting more and more common, I will say that. Theo in both Weapon and Guard. It's just like, I guess, probably to oh, well. Probably to balance out some classes having 2 weapons, like with the daggers and stuff, right? And I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I got careless. Honestly, that was mostly my bad. Should have gotten jump like that. Just not expecting to see people here, you know what I mean? Either remove one, would it be better? I think... I mean, obviously, yes, but... the root of the problem stays the Paralyzed Theo Stone, and that's just one stone, you know what I mean? The bottom line is it shouldn't exist to begin with, but if it's gonna exist, it needs to be a lot less powerful. Like 4 to 5 seconds proc is like way too long, genuinely. Paralyzed again. Like, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if they remove one Theo Stone, because at best it's gonna prevent people from running stun plus paralyze, right? But the bottom line is, if you get paralyzed, you lose, and the paralyze almost instantly procs, as demonstrated just now. So, I mean, the few things they need to change is they need to make it so Theo Stones can't proc on the multi-hit. That's the first one. And then they need to at least half the duration of the paralysis. And I would argue maybe let us even like pot it, to be honest. But yeah, so something along those lines. Been demonstrating for a month already, you get paralyzed 100 times a day. 100 times? I think that's a bit of a conservative number. I think we can go higher. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Right. Yep. The Templar just woke up, pulled me, and I got paralyzed. But it's just a shame to see that the PvP take good decisions that go in the right direction, with like the TTK changes and the global CC changes and so on and so forth, and then a bunch of like this really dumb stuff that basically makes people not want to PvP is still left completely unchecked. Like the paralysis, the freezes, the 5 seconds long stuns, like, you know what I mean? Like all of that, anything that just takes away control from what you're doing for such long periods of time in a game where everything goes so fast simply doesn't feel good. try any. Like, yeah, I paralyzed this guy on the first hit. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid as fuck, right? I don't care. Yeah, no. I got feared. Like, I keep wanting to be intelligent with the way I use my invuln, in the sense that I don't want to open with it. I just want to use it in a scenario where I really need to use it. But you will notice that my invuln gets completely unused for like several impacts at a time, simply because when I want to use it, I'm just paralyzed or something like that, right? By the time I actually want to press it in like a reasonable manner, it's just too late. And like this reflex is something that I have from Iron 1, right? Because in Iron 1, if you misuse your cooldowns, that's how you lose. So you need to be very careful with how you use your cooldowns. But in this game, you can't really do that because of all of the happenstance. So, yeah. That's what makes it a bit of a shame. Like, it takes away control. It takes away, like, I guess, skill to an extent. But like, when you're able to do it, when the game doesn't decide to like throw you a curveball by just getting you paralyzed at the worst time, when you're actually able to like properly use your cooldowns, properly like time out your bursts and so on and so forth, like, it feels really rewarding, and I wish the game allowed for more of that. Yeah. I got frozen. Yeah. I mean, I'll go check the main HQ again. Lumion is just like a Zerg fest right now. Oh boy. We're not gonna have this happen again. Well, I'm paralyzed, so yeah. Yeah, I wanted to like make an escape, glide into the ravine, maybe bait a few of them to follow me, but I got paralyzed when I was gliding, so that's the end of that. Well, my invuln is back in 20 seconds, so if these guys are still camping here, then I'll get another cheeky kill, but I wish I could do more right now. I'm just not having the best of luck, for sure. Okay, I guess they left, probably. Alright, let's check the other town then. You know, like, I was always someone in Iron 1 that kind of dwelled in the areas that were like, that had less traffic. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. On Ion Classic, for example, I played Ilios, so I was rifting in Belusland. So the main activity, like the main hub where the Zergs were happening, was around the Hoarfrost area, right? Like between the path going from Redmane to Hoarfrost, like where the Dark Poeta area is, usually it was pretty similar to what's happening right now at Zoomin Village, right? Pretty Zergy, you know, a lot of like big groups, so on and so forth. So typically I just completely dodged those areas, and I would typically go in areas closer to like the Bakama area, like close to the World Boss farm, the World Boss farm areas, right? And Alukin's Palace, like all of these areas where it was a lot more preferable to solo PvP because you were just more likely to encounter like significantly smaller groups of people because they were not as popular. But at least you had the option because people had reasons to hang out here. It just wasn't the main like point of interest, right? And then in the 2.0 era, it was stuff like people usually hang out in T3 close to the fortresses, right? But I would typically hang closer to like Ronam and Soteria and all of these areas, like closer to T2, like close to the Esoteris entrance. Like once again, kind of the same reasoning, right? Just smaller scale, right? And just because I was only doing solo PvP, you know what I mean? And the problem I have with the game right now is that because the game doesn't really give you much. Is that another Saitama cosplay? It is. Oh, that's funny. But because the game doesn't really give people much of a reason to hang out in areas other than the main hubs, and because like the PvP focused areas are so like condensed, such as the Abyss, for example, like it's very small and condensed, it's kind of encouraging people to just like massively Zerg, especially with the way the reward structure is in this game, right? Like the amount of AP you get is limited per week anyways, and the ranking points just keep climbing anyways. It doesn't matter if you're solo, if you're in a group. So especially now with the TTK changes where you benefit more and more from being in a group and having supports next to you, basically making you invincible and like unjumpable. It's getting very, very difficult to find a way to PvP solo in this game right now. Now, I don't know if that's like by design, right? But it's certainly a bit of a shame. Because like right now, like Zoomian is like a gigazerg, right? There's only so much you can do as a solo individual. So I'm just trying to like find people elsewhere, but because the game doesn't really promote going out and about in like different locations of the world right now, like there's literally no one here, right? I'm gonna do my usual loop around the daily quest areas, but I'm mostly not gonna find anyone. It's just gonna go back to Zoomian, and then once I go back to Zoomian, I'm just gonna be like in 1v8 situation once again, which is gonna be the bare minimum. And maybe I can handle a couple of guys, especially if they have a bit less gear, right? Okay, look at that. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe there is a guy here. Evasion Ranger, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. This guy is literally right and left clicking. Whatever. But yeah, maybe I don't take the most amount of damage. Maybe I can self-sustain a bit. You know, I can initiate on someone, try to get a few damage in, and I'm paralyzed. But I mean, this guy isn't doing anything, if we're gonna be honest for a second. Four-star officer. Makes you think how he got there, you know what I mean? 4-star officer is quite high for this point in the season. I mean, he does evasion, so he can probably cheese most people. And he's PvE flagged. Alright. Well, thanks for that. But yeah, and the Abyss is the same, right? Like, maybe I encounter like a group of 4. Like, it would be the smallest amount I would encounter. And then I try doing my thing. My TTK is pretty slow as a cleric. And then I eventually just get paralyzed. So like, yeah, solo PvP right now is it's a bit rough. I don't know how you guys feel. I don't know if you guys do much PvP at all currently, but yeah, like it's kind of a mixed feeling on my end, because I appreciate the lower TTK, because like a long TTK means you have more opportunities to make plays, especially like in 1vx and so on and so forth, but you're either stuck in a situation where you're getting zerged by way too many people, or you're getting zerged by a medium amount of people where you can actually maybe do something, but mechanics like the para Theostones that just kind of prevent you from doing so. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird situation. Now then again, maybe some classes struggle with this a bit less. Like, I think Chanter probably... I mean, Chanter doesn't even have an invuln though. Like, Chanter probably kills people faster and pins people down like easier, but Chanter not having an invuln and no way to prevent Theostones in general, you probably just like initiate on someone and get Theostone immediately. Which pretty much just boils down to the same thing in the end, I guess. Like, I don't think in the past week I've had a single PvP encounter where I haven't gotten paralyzed. That's kind of the state of it. Yeah, no one here either. I mean, at least there was that one 4-star guy. Thank God he was here to prove me wrong, you know. But now we go back to hell. I should definitely make merch though. Just a shirt that says I'm paralyzed. It would sell like hotcakes. Alright, let's see how bad the situation is now. Surely the village is not getting raided anymore, right? Okay, no. There's a lot of Helios though, I'll say that. A lot of low ranks, trainees, rank 9, rank 8, oh, rank 6. Yeah, there's not really anything of value in there. There's a lot of people though, but nothing of value. Trainee. 9th. No, this is literally just a Zerg of 9th class. This is insane. 9th, trainee, 8th, 9th, trainee. Dude, where are these people coming from? That's another trainee. Seventh. Like this isn't even worth my time because I kill this guy, I get 300 ranking points. Right? This doesn't get me anywhere. 9th, 7th. What the hell? Another trainee. Is that another group of videos? It is. I mean, even this guy has Talisra wings and he's fucking 5th class. You know what I mean? 9th class, 5th class. Yeah, he just uses one skill on me and just runs away. Yeah. It's an 9th class, I don't really care. I mean, he's doing damage, so he probably has like... And I'm paralyzed. Yeah. I'm paralyzed again? Nah, I'm just seal covered. This is what we're dealing with right now. Just hordes of low rank people that have no value to kill, that still have gear. I don't know. Any... Oh, 2nd class. Yippee! Something with a little bit of value. And it's just an AFK guy in the middle of the field. First class. What else than a paralysis? Like, is this what you want, Namjoon? Is this what you want your game to be? 2-star. Yeah, just an AFK 2-star, I guess. This is pointless and it's not fun. I'm leaving. I don't even care anymore. I can't use this. There you go. Can this guy just fuck off already? Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, I'm done for today, guys. I'm just gonna go work on the video. Next video. Thanks for watching.